What up, Entree Nation? This your boy Cafe Entree. I'm back with another one. Let's get into it. So, some very, very interesting news dropped this week that has shaken up the horror film industry and it has shaken up Saw fans. And that news, when it dropped, had a lot of people shaking their heads, and some was asking why. Now, if y'all want to know what I'm talking about, is this: Blumhouse has acquired 50% ownership of the Saw movie franchise. Now, people are wondering, how was they able to do that? Well, let me just break it down to you, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. Twisted Pictures and Lionsgate both own 50% of the franchise. But there was some problems happening at Twisted Pictures where they couldn't get along. They couldn't decide which route they want to go. And Blumhouse came in, said, "Hey, we'll buy you guys out," and that's what they did. But hearing this, I can say that I was not too thrilled and happy to hear that Blumhouse now owns the Saw franchise along with Lionsgate. And the reason why is because, let me just take a step back a little bit. When Blumhouse came into the game, they came in with fresh new horror ideas and new films for the horror genre that everybody fell in love with. You had things like Insidious, you had The Purge, you had Happy Death Day, just name a few of the films that they had. But they took a turn, and they took the turn from originality to commercial. And they started trying to remake and reboot all these old horror film IPs. And when they started doing that, that's when they started to lose their fan base, and the box office for their film started to drop. Because when you look at what they did with the Halloween franchise, that was a flop. Fantasy Island was a flop. Firestarter was a flop. The Exorcist, that was another flop. So now they're picking up the Saw franchise. And people are like, well, but they brought James Wan. James Wan is going to be a part of the reboot. The reason why they brought James Wan is because they wanted to get people excited about the franchise. So in order for them to do that, they talked to James Wan and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this?" He said, "Yeah." So they're like, "Hey, we're not going to just, we don't want people to think like, okay, is Blumhouse doing this by ourselves?" No, that's why they ran and got James Wan. It was the same thing when Spyglass bought the rights to do the reboot for the Scream franchise. And what did they do? They decided to bring back the old characters just to get people happy and excited about it as a promotion tool, so that when they drop the movie, people will go see it. And that's the same thing that Blumhouse did here, because Blumhouse knows that they had a track record of a lot of flops and not too many hits. Now, there's only one way that they can get this on track, and that it can be somewhat successful. And that is, number one, leave Jigsaw alone. Let him rest. He's done. Don't keep trying to do the reboots where they bringing him back and keep bringing him back and keep bringing him back. Oh, this happened between Saw 5 and Saw 8, and no. Let Jigsaw rest. We've seen enough of the Jigsaw character. Number two, come up with new creative storylines. Come up with a new lead character, new storylines, That's the only way that they can shed some type of light on the franchise. Because at this point, people just tired of Saw. People are tired of Saw, just like they tired of Fast and the Furious, just like they tired of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just watered down to where people are like, another Saw movie, another Saw movie, another Saw movie. So if they can do those things, then they can shed some light on the franchise. But I'm still standing by what I say. I don't think that this was a good move for BLUMHOUSE. Because the question that everybody wants to know is that why does BLUMHOUSE keep trying to reboot these old horror movie IPs? Why they keep trying to do that? Well, the reason why they're doing it, as I said, because they have not had a hit. And they're going a commercial route to say, hey, if we reboot this or we reboot that, because it already has an audience, people are going to come see it. Yeah, people are coming to see it, but the box office is saying something different because the numbers are not adding up. That's why you have companies like A24 who is at the top of the horror genre right now and one of the top production studios in the film industry. Because why? They focus on creativity. They know what their audience want and they give it to them. You don't see them doing reboots and remakes. The only thing I see them doing with an old IP is the Camp Crystal Lake series. That's it. But other than that, A24 always drops something original and new. That's why they're at the top, and that's why Blumhouses keep dropping. Now, I do want Blumhouse to succeed because I like some of the stuff that they did. But if they can do what I said earlier, they can shed some light. But we just have to sit back and wait and see what's going to happen. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Are you excited that Blumhouse owns half of the Saw franchise and they're going to remake it or not? Let's have this conversation. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned.